Hi, my name's Glenn. This is Karen, my wife, and this is our bus. Look, this video is probably going to be a two-part video. So this would be a video number one of building the pantry. Hello everybody, it's Glenn Denman here, working on the bus again. And of course, what else would I be doing on a day such as this with rain? But it's not too bad out there now. This morning I got up and the wind was blowing and snow was blowing, and here it is about the middle of April. And anyway, so I decided today to work on my pantry, basically here in the corner. I decided to put the refrigerator across from the pantry. I was going to have the refrigerator on this side. I decided to put the refrigerator over here. The reason I did that is because I wanted to have a little bit more room for some airspace around the refrigerator. And I was really getting kind of crammed for room over here on this side. So by the time I would have put the refrigerator cabinet in, it would have come out to about here. And then it was just getting too narrow to be able to do anything between here and the water heater. So I went ahead and created the pantry on this side, and it was one of those last minute changes. And so basically this is 22 inches wide, and so now I can get a pretty decent sized cabinet in between here, about 14 inches in between here, which is probably where I'll put the garbage can, and then just a small drawer on the top. And then of course I'll have more cabinets over here as I go along. But I'm pretty excited about this. So I went ahead and got some drawer glides. These style here. These are a 22-inch throw, and the brand Salipt brand, and they work pretty good. They've got about 100-pound capacity, and these are, like I said, a 22-inch throw. So basically what I've done here with this pantry is I built it deeper than the cabinets. The reason I did that is because I wanted the pantry to just kind of be by itself. Now I can just go ahead and take my countertop and just butt it up against the pantry. And so I won't have to try to match it across the faces and stuff. So basically what I have then, I need to do some finish work inside these, and I don't know how well you can see that, it's getting kind of dark, but these are about 26.5 inches deep and about 12 inches in between. So I've got 3 shelves, and then down below here I've got 3 drawers. So these are the drawers. I've already got some of the hardware mounted to them, basically like this. So this is one of the drawers, and I still have to put the drawer front on, but that drawer front is going to be incorporated in with the box itself. I'll probably just put some corner pieces in here on each side, and then have something to fasten the front to. And so basically it's a frameless cabinet. And I'll tell you, I'm not a woodworker, and this whole project of building these cabinets has really been quite the nightmare for me. Anyway, but I'm doing it here, and I'm getting it done, and they're not the fanciest thing in the world, but they should look pretty good. I've got some birch veneer plywood that I'm going to make the 3 drawer fronts out of, and then the door for the top where the grain will all match all the way down, and I think that's going to look pretty good. So I'll probably have the edges of the plywood fronts exposed, or maybe I'll try to put some of that strip of wood on the plywood edges, not here, but on the door itself, because the door is just going to come up and just be square here at the corner of the cabinet. And anyway, but what I'm doing right now is I'm building these drawers, and I've already put these together for the most part. I've got the drawer slides on them, and this one here is the last one I'm building. These 2 are nice big tub drawers, basically below. They're about 10.5 inches deep, and so 2 of those, and then the top one is going to be about 5 inches deep. So So that should work out pretty good. So I'll go ahead and set my camera up here. So basically what I've got here is I'm mounting a 3/4 inch bottom to the 3/4 inch back that's back in the inside, or the inside at the back. And I've already pre-drilled these holes, and I've already put glue in there as well. And this has got to be the simplest method of building drawers that there is. And I mean, there's a lot of ways of building drawers with dado equipment and stuff like that. I am not set up that way. I'm not a woodworker, and I don't want to be a woodworker. But for what I'm doing here, this is working out pretty good. Glue's kind of sticking out there. So I've got plenty of glue in there. So basically, I've got this 3/4 inch bottom, which I know is really heavy duty, way more heavy than it needs to be. But I've got the 3/4 inch bottom, 3/4 inch back. And the reason I did it this way is basically the sides are 1/2 inch plywood. And so that gives me something to mount the sides to. You know, the sides don't have to be 3/4, but the 3/4 just gives me a nice thick area to mount all the sides to, and it just makes for a nice solid box, basically. So I'm using Titebond wood glue. No, I'm not sponsored by Titebond wood glue, but anyway, this is the premium. It's a water resistant interior exterior wood glue. So basically, I'll tell you, this plywood is like sheet gold. I bought 4 sheets of plywood the other day. I think one sheet of 1/2 inch, 2 sheets of some rougher 3/4 inch, and then 1 sheet of 3/4 inch birch veneer plywood, and it came out to about $240. It's just absolutely crazy, the prices. So I admit that I'm doing this as inexpensive as I can, and anyway, even though I'm pre-drilling the corners or the holes, I'm still putting the screws a little further back in. I don't like to put things too close to the ends. It just keeps things from splitting out. Here with the glue, I really just need about 3 screws on each side. Actually 4, because I'll put one up here as well. And I'm kind of training the bottom piece, got a little bit of a curve to it, so I'm kind of training it with the plywood here just to make it nice and flat. Not that it really matters, but I learned years ago, if there's something you can fix while you're doing it, you may as well do it, because it's probably going to be messed up some other way that you didn't realize later on that you'll find out. So that's basically why I use the 1/2 inch plywood here, 3/4 inch here, because you're not going to take your 1/2 inch plywood and mount the two together at the corners. It's just not going to work. It's just not enough wood. But that works really well. And yeah, the drawer's heavy, but it is solid, I'll tell you that. It's easy to build. I started building these things probably about, I don't know, 3 hours ago, the drawers. And I've already got 2 built. This is the last one for the pantry part. And I've got the glides put on for the most part. And so this came out pretty well. See, if this plywood was all straight, I could just drill all the holes all at once, but it's just not that straight, so. So I'll just do one at a time. Take my time with it. So this will be the top drawer in the pantry. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the glides on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I went ahead and just kind of finished this pantry except for my door latches and stuff. I had quite a bit of trouble making adjustments on the drawer glides and things like that, so I didn't get the whole thing on videotape. But I thought I'd go ahead and just show the pantry in its completed condition here. Once I go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and slide the drawers in place. These drawers came out pretty decent. They need liners in them to make them look good on the inside because the plywood is so rough. But these drawer glides and everything work really well. I'm very pleased with them. See the self-closing? So basically, obviously, until I get the handles on, they're going to be kind of hard to open and close. But and I've got to do some more things to them yet, but they came out pretty good. What I wanted to show is I've got the wood grain here. I was watching that, what's her name, Gus the Struggle Bus. She's doing a pretty good job, I think, on her bus. And so I got the idea to run the wood grain all the way down here with the birch veneer plywood. So I've got the same, came out of the same sheet all the way down, and it came out pretty nice, and I've got a piece for the top there to finish that off. The problem is this here is a maple veneer plywood that I bought early on, and now I can't even get any here in Central Washington. And I've tried to find it, and maybe it's out there somewhere, but I don't have enough. I need at least one more sheet. Well, actually, I could have used more than that to finish this whole project, but I really need one more sheet at least to finish kind of the sides of the boxes or whatever for these cabinets. So, but anyway, so it is what it is. And so I'm gonna go ahead. I went ahead and use this birch veneer plywood here. And I'll finish it probably in a contrasting color to this, just so it looks good. And I don't mind having different kinds of wood. If it's broken up right, I think it can look pretty good anyway. So, but this works pretty well. I went ahead and put my full piano hinge on here, all the way up and down. And it's got silicone behind it as well. Just again, just to keep it from working loose or vibrating loose. And that's on both the door and the wall. And it's got the continuous hinge, and it goes all the way up and down. I think it looks pretty good in there. And the door works really well. I just have to figure out a latching mechanism for it. And then I'll get handles for it that match the drawers, of course, and that sort of thing. So, and there is one more shelf that goes in here. I've already got it made. It just goes in here. And anyway, I've got this kind of tore up right now. But so this pantry is 27 inches deep and 22 inches wide on the inside. And I have 3 shelves. And this one here is pretty tall, so you can put like tall boxes of cereal and things like that. And anyway, so you should be able to get quite a few canned goods in here. I've got the box wired in for an outlet here that'll be between the stove and the pantry. And that came out pretty good. Then I've got this one cabinet here. This is just kind of experimental. Looks like it'll probably work. Obviously, I'll need to do something to line the back and the top and things like that, but I can go ahead and put a door on it, and that's ready to go. And but next, I'm going to be working on my countertops here. So I picked up some of this MDF board. It's I used to call it a high density fiber board, but I guess technically it's not. It's a medium density fiber board, and I think that's what MDF stands for. And so I'm going to go ahead and I've got this laid out. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and it's going to slide back up against the window and then notch out, you know, there. So the countertop will actually go right up to the glass. And of course, I'll cut the paint off the glass. That's just, at the time I didn't know how big I was going to have the window and stuff like that. So now I've got that established. So I'll be doing that, and I'll have a pretty decent countertop here. But that'll be the subject in the next video. For now, I want to just kind of finish up this video on the pantry, and I think it came out pretty good. And I appreciate everybody watching the videos. And so the next one will be my countertops, and who knows, maybe the rest of the cabinets. I'm not sure just how far I'll go with actually videotaping a lot of this stuff. It's fun to do, but it is kind of a pain to try to keep on top of. So anyway, so I appreciate everybody watching, and take care.